Hello everyone. Today we will discuss the next part of the first unit, units and measurement. The topic we will discuss is the errors of the measurement. It is the most important part of the measurement of any physical quantity. What is the need for the measurement? For the precise description of any phenomena, any natural phenomena, we require the measurement. Without measurement, the description of the phenomena is incomplete. We will discuss the errors which can be included in a measurement of the physical quantity. Measurement is actually the foundation of all experimental science and technology. Without the measurement of any physical quantity, the phenomena will be incomplete or meaningless. The measuring process is essentially a process of comparison. To measure any physical quantity, we compare it with the standard unit of that quantity. No measurement is perfect, as the errors involved in the process cannot be removed completely. Hence, in spite of our best efforts, the measurement of a physical quantity is always somewhat different from its actual value or true value. Then, what is error of measurement? First, we will see the overview of the chapter. The points we will discuss in this chapter is errors in measurement, absolute error, relative error, percentage error, that is the types of the error, then combination of error, accuracy and precision, significant figures, and under the significant figures, rules for counting significant figure, rounding off, then arithmetic operations with the significant figures, and the last is the rules for determining uncertainty in the results of the arithmetic calculations. First, the definition of errors of measurement. The difference in the true value and the measured value of a quantity is called the error of measurement. Suppose the true value of the length is 2 cm, but when you measure with the help of a scale, you find it 1.9 cm. The difference in the two values is known as the error of the measurement of the length. Then types of error. Generally, there are three types of errors: systematic errors, random errors, and gross errors. We will discuss these errors in detail one by one. First, the systematic errors. The systematic errors are those errors that tend to be in one direction, either positive or negative. The causes of systematic errors are known, so these errors can be minimized. For example, when we measure the length of a line with the help of the scale, we find it, some student find it to be 1.9 centimeter, and some calculate it 1.8 centimeter, and some student calculate it 1.5 centimeter. These are the variations in the reading of the measurement of the length. That is, the different persons are measuring the same line in the different ways, and which reading is the most accurate is depending upon the method of the observation. Sources of systematic errors. What are the sources of systematic errors, or what are the causes of systematic error? First is the instrumental error. This is the error which is concerned with the instrument you are using for the measuring that physical quantity. First, due to imperfect design of manufacture or calibration of the measuring instrument. Suppose in a scale, if there are 10 divisions for 1 centimeter and some company has constructed or manufactured a scale with the 9 divisions, then the measurement done by using this scale will be inaccurate. For example, an ordinary meter scale may be one off at one end in a vernier caliper. The zero mark of the vernier scale may not coincide with the zero mark of the main scale. That is known as the zero error. This error can be reduced by using more accurate instruments and applying zero correction when required. Then the second reason or the second cause is imperfections in experimental technique of procedure. Means by which method you are measuring that physical quantity. For example, to determine the temperature of a human body, a thermometer is generally placed under the armpit, and it will always give a temperature which will be lower than the actual value of the body temperature, because it absorbs the temperature of the body. Therefore, there will be variation in the true value and the measured value. This will be the cause of the error. Third is the personal errors. Personal errors, it is due to the defect of the human which is using the instrument or which is using the scale to measure that physical quantity. Personal error due to the inexperience of the observer, means that he is not skilled to measure the quantity. For example, lack of proper setting of the apparatus, taking observation without observing proper precautions. Then if the method or the person is not using a proper technique, then the reading will be incorrect. Next, error due to the external causes. The external factors like temperature, pressure, or the stress, humidity, etc. during the experiment may affect the actual reading of the experiment. Then least count error. This is one of the important error which is generally used and taking as the precautions during the experiment in the lab. Least count error. A meter scale has a least count of 1.1 centimeter. First, I will define what is least count. Least count means it is the minimum value that can be measured with the help of that instrument. For example, in a scale which are using by the students, in that case, the minimum value that can be measured is 1 mm. 1 mm means 0.1 centimeter. Therefore, it is its least count will be 0.1 centimeter. That means that he cannot measure or anyone cannot measure the measurement below the 1 mm. A vernier caliper has a least count of 0.01 centimeter. It means below this value the measurement can't be done. Thus, in the measurement of length using a meter scale, reliability is up to 1/10 centimeter, because there are 10 divisions in a 1 centimeter. Using a vernier caliper, it is up to 1/100 centimeter. Then thus the least count error is the error associated with the resolution of the instrument. Resolution means that how much or what extent up to which the instrument can be resolved, that is to the minimum value that can be measured. Using instruments of high resolution, we can reduce the least count error. Suppose a instrument, a microscope, can measure the or can see an object whose size is 10 to the power minus 6 meter, and another microscope which you are using, it can resolve up to 10 to the power minus 3 meter. That is, the resolution is changing. Now, how can the systematic errors be minimized? How to eliminate the systematic errors? As the systematic errors, the cause of these errors are known, therefore it is very easy to be minimized. The methods of minimization are: first, by improving the experimental techniques. By using the better techniques to measure the or to take the observations, then the error can be eliminated. Second, selecting better instrument. The instruments which can be very much resolved and which have the good calibration, then these instruments will eliminate the chances of the errors. Third is the removing personal errors as far as possible. That is, the person who is taking the observation or the readings should be skilled in that particular experiment. This